Hi, y'all. Um, so I thought I'd give you just a little peek at where Old Guy lives. We're just kind of coming up through the valley here. This is the North Fork Valley in was it Gunnison County, and we're just getting ready to come into town. What there is of it. Not even really a town. We're a mining camp. Slow down here. And this is, here's our little sign. Welcome to Somerset. Coal mines since 1896. And all of these houses, with the exception of just a few, are all company houses built back at the turn of the century. Our house was built back in 1907. Some of the others came in around the early teens and the early 20s. Now this was known as River Drive, and it will come down to the river here. A lot of these houses haven't been touched on the outside for many, many years. Others have, like ours, have done a little bit of work to the outside. There's the river here, and that's the North Fork of the Gunnison River. Now, where we turn around, just right up here, the row of houses used to continue down for about another 400 yards. But in the early 50s, they went through and they changed it. They pulled out a bunch of the houses. And you can see there's a set of steps that goes up this really steep hill to the houses and the block up above us, and we'll go there. The mine, well, one of my friends here, his father and grandfather both, and as well as him, worked in the same mine. It closed 5 years ago. They had a fire on the long wall, and they had to seal it off with all their equipment inside. So that led down to the shutting of the mine, which is owned by the Koch brothers. Okay, now we're going to go up. This is King Street. And some of the houses on this street have been worked on, fixed up a little bit. Others are in varying degrees of said restorations. Chickens in the road. Local power station. Up in front of us, with the little A-frame up in front, that's our post office. So when you send Old Guy mail, that's where it goes to. Okay, this is 2nd Street. There's this house and this house on 2nd Street. Oh, yep, there's 3 on 2nd Street. Now we'll make the turn. This is Pike Avenue. And most of these streets aren't any bigger than an alley. There's 2 houses, or 3 on Pike here. And now we're going to go up this short little piece of King Street right here. And the railroad tracks that are in front of us across the highway, that was where the mine used to be. I'll try and add some pictures to this video of what the town used to look like back in its heyday. Okay, so we're on Highway 133 here. I'm going to turn down 6th Avenue. Not that there was really much to it. This is 6th Avenue. It's got a couple of houses on it. Got just enough snow last night to turn the ground white. There's our little city park. That's also part of the water board, and I suppose I should just kind of pull up here. That's the community building up over here. That's where the fire or water board that I'm on. It's where we conduct our business. We are responsible for the maintenance and the upkeep of the Zoris Acme Park, which was donated to the town through a previous tenant, or I guess resident. A couple of the other houses here on King. You can see that these old lap siding, some of these are so old they're actually asbestos siding shingles. Okay, so we're back where we were. I'm gonna take the minute to go across up by where the mine used to be and take you to the town cemetery, and you'll get a good look up there from the entire town. So we're going to come up here where the mine is or was. The mine shafts in this mountain go back about 25 miles and can go down as far as 2,000 feet. There's numerous coal mines in this area. There's still one active mine on the highway about a mile above us. Some of the old buildings that still remain from the old mine. This access road, this road has been here for about 200 years in varying condition. Some of these mines wind way back into the hills here. A lot of them are since closed and are sealed off, but these roads are still used by the mine now. They have a 10-year reclamation to do to put the land back to its natural state. We're going to make the final turn up here. Like I said, this will give us a really good view of the whole town. All right. And I might walk into the cemetery, I don't know. A lot of these are from the late 1800s, early 1900s. And there's also a very surprising amount of children in the cemetery. And it's also adjacent to the water treatment facility, which is right here. This is for our town. And off to the right here is the cemetery. Yep. Roll down the window, give you a little bit of a look. are newer. Most of them are, well, late 1800s or so. I'm going to pull over and I'm going to have the missus hand me the camera. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get out. Let's give you a look at town here. Step up on this little hill. Okay. You can see the river road down there that we were on. And a little bit of the highway. See if I can walk over here and get us to an area that's a little more clear. Okay, so you can see there's the bottom half of town. Zoom in a little bit. If you can see the house with the red roof down there, that's our house. We'll be getting to that shortly. Move up here just a little bit more. This is a beautiful spot. Like I said, this is the North Fork Valley. There's all kinds of wineries and organic orchards and farms and natural foods. Not to mention a whole ton of wild fruit trees that grow up here. Apples, pears, apricots. There's wild plums, wild raspberries, wild blackberries. Tons of turkey and deer. There we go. So this is the entirety of our town. We can go from this side. I'll just kind of swing over. That's it. This is our town. This is all of it. There's no businesses other than this closed down mine, unless you want to count the post office. Alright, well, I'm going to shut this off and then I'll get back in the car and continue. Okay, so getting myself turned around. Maybe in the spring I'll come up and take a little walk through this graveyard. It is pretty cool. Okay, so we'll head back down to the highway. We moved up here in 2013. We bought our house from our landlord in November of 2018. We know just about everybody in town. There's a few folk that we haven't met, but this is such a small community that it's hard not to know almost everybody. And when we get down here, I'm going to just real quick get a swing by the our little fire department's offices. It's also where we have a little food pantry for our town and for some surrounding communities. There's a lot of people that live, outside of town that will definitely make use of the food pantry. So kind of scroll downhill here. This is a beautiful, beautiful area. Oh, bring them up to those vents up there. Can you see the steam on there? Can you see it? I did zoom in. You might want to zoom back out. But the mountain in front of us, and I hope you can see the steam venting. Okay, go ahead and pull back in. That's called Fire Mountain for a reason. It's been burning for over 100 years, more than that. The Indians named it Fire Mountain because of the coal fires inside. Coal under pressure in certain circumstances will just spontaneously combust. So some of these mountains are just burning. And I doubt that they will ever stop. Alright, so we're just back down here to the highway. Cross over the tracks. Okay. Miss Old Guy, just kind of swing over and show them the front of that building there in front of you is the Ragged Mountain Fire Department. It's their offices. And it's also the home of the Greater Somerset Food Pantry. Okay, so, alright, we're going to turn back onto the highway here. Here's the community building. Okay, and we're coming up to our house here pretty quick. I should go down the other street. We've got one more street. This is 8th. But as soon as you hit the bottom of the hill, it turns into King Street. So there's really no houses on 8th. They're on the highway, technically. Okay.
Ollie, no!
See, this is really, this is old town. See a lot of things here that you wouldn't see in most towns or cities, that's for sure. Okay, we'll pull up onto 7th and back out onto the highway. So now we've gone on just about every street in town. Now this building you see off to the right used to be the only business in town, but now it's been converted into just a home. Alright. Our local junk man, dude's a hoarder that can't control himself, lives here. I'd really wish that we could get rid of the mess, but it is what it is. And we're coming up to our house here on the left. This is our house. I'm going to pull over. That's the last house in town. This is what you see on the way out. Oh, let's get turned around. Look like coming in from the other side. Put up, the missus and I put this slab wood fence up. I think it matches the area really well. Okay, a wide turn in. And we're home. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and this is where the thriving metropolis that old guy lives in. Bye now.